Hey y'all, it's Lindsay. It's been a couple of weeks since I last posted a video. I had intended on putting up a what I eat in a day video for keto. However, life has been a little full. We've had some illness from our two biggest girls, and I just have not made the time or devoted the energy to filming a full what I eat in a day on keto video. So I instead decided that I would try to take little clips of the dinners we have eaten throughout the past 2 weeks and share those with you and just kind of give you an idea of what we eat on a somewhat regular basis as far as dinners are concerned, because I feel like with dinners, that's the one area where you kind of want everyone to all sit down together and everybody, enjoy the meal together, sort of debrief about the day, see how everybody has been doing. So, the dinner meal is kind of important. And yeah, let me sort of zip through what we've had over the past couple of weeks. For dinner tonight, we are going to have mini meatloaves, if I can get it to focus. There we go. And I did just a little bit of some G. Hughes barbecue sauce and some shredded Monterey Jack cheese. And I did these in my oven over here instead of in my Instant Pot this time, but I do have a video sharing this recipe in somewhere on my channel. And then we did air fryer green bean fries. These are higher in carbs, so be moderate with them. This is probably a few too many, but they're so delicious that we just can't help ourselves. So that's what Jared and I will be having, and then the girls will just be adding in a few little elbow macaroni noodles with butter. And yeah, that's our dinner for tonight. For dinner this night, I made up some shredded chicken with some of that G. Hughes barbecue sauce. I did the chicken in my Instant Pot. And then I was doing sort of a keto version of macaroni cheese. I just riced up my cauliflower, mixed it with a lot of cheese, some cream cheese, that sort of thing, and baked that. And then I did air fryer green beans that were left over, plus some Brussels sprouts for myself and Jared. The girls ate some baked macaroni cheese I had made and the chicken, and then they also got some broccoli instead of the green beans and Brussels sprouts. And then Lauren was forced to eat the remainder of her lunch because she refused to eat it at actual lunchtime. On this night, I didn't have everybody's dinner already together, but I made myself a hot roast beef sandwich on some of the Aldi zero net carb bread. I'm showing you that here. It's really good. It's not something that I will buy all the time, but in a pinch, it does a fantastic job for grilled cheese sandwiches. And then I made some air fryer zucchini chips and some of my keto aid that I also have a recipe video for. And that was my dinner. The girls had sandwiches and Jared had leftovers. For this dinner, we did some leftover wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. I really like their vinegar and salt, or rather salt and vinegar wings. Those are pretty tasty. And then we did some of the leftover macaroni cauliflower type stuff. And there were some leftover roasted vegetables. I had roasted up a sweet potato, so we've got some Brussels sprouts, some sweet potato, and some radishes here. This is a little bit higher carb with those sweet potatoes, but as a female, I do like to have some little bit higher carb dinners every now and again to sort of balance out my adrenals. So that was what we had for dinner on this night. The next dinner I remembered to film was this roast. I had cooked a pot roast in my Instant Pot. I don't really have a recipe that I followed for this, but it's something that the family loves. And then I also air fried some green beans again. You can tell when we've gone to Sam's Club because we wind up with a plethora of green beans. And then I had taken some rutabaga and turned them into a rutabaga gratin. I'm thinking about doing a little recipe video on that. It's more of a method rather than a recipe, but man, it was so delicious. This was comfort food, and we were sad when it was all gone. For this dinner, I had made the Hubby Lovin chicken from the Trim Healthy Table cookbook. I had kind of messed it up a little bit and did too much cayenne pepper. It was really spicy for us, so we were grateful to have some of that zero net carb bread to sort of balance out the seasoning. And I steamed up some broccoli, and then I sauteed some shredded up cabbage. And overall, this was really delicious, but I misread one of my labels, which always makes for an interesting meal. And lastly, our dinner last night was this frittata. I don't have a recipe for this. It has some broccoli slaw mix in it. It has some kale, some colorful peppers, and it's delicious. And then I also fried up some bacon. It was a breakfast for dinner. I feel like whenever you do a frittata, it really elevates the breakfast for dinner feeling. So this is a for sure go-to for us and our dinner repertoire. Obviously, I did not film every single dinner we have had over the past 2 weeks. I just went through and did about half of the dinners as I could remember to pull the camera out. And in general, that's really pretty normal for us on how we eat on a weekly basis for dinners. And with Jared's job here in Ohio, he has been home for dinner a lot more than he was back in Wisconsin, which is really helpful as far as trying to come up with what we're going to eat for the night. And it just, I don't know, just whenever we're all together, it brings a sense of unity and a sense of balance to our family. So that has been a great improvement in our home life, being here and having him home for dinners 90% of the time, I would say. So thank you so much for joining me as I shared what we ate with low-carb, keto-style meals for the past couple of weeks. I appreciate you being here so much. If you enjoyed this content or are interested in more things from me, I suggest you poke around my channel, see if there's anything else you really like, and if you feel so inclined, I would love for you to subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video.